Have you ever wondered how habits shape our lives? These seemingly innocuous routines we slide into, often without even realizing, hold an immense power. They are the invisible architects of our lives, shaping our actions, our behaviors, and ultimately, our destinies. Today we're going to explore a book that delves into this fascinating subject, Atomic Habits by James Clear. Clear's thesis is simple yet profound. Minor habits, as tiny and insignificant as atoms, can compound over time, leading to monumental changes. The secret isn't in making huge, radical changes, but in adjusting our daily routines bit by bit. Atomic Habits isn't just a book, it's a roadmap to personal transformation, a guide to becoming the best version of ourselves, one habit at a time. So are you ready to discover the power of habits and how they can dramatically reshape your life? Let's dive into the major insights from this transformative book. So, what exactly are atomic habits? Atomic habits are the small, often overlooked actions we take every day. They're like the atoms of our lives, tiny building blocks that combine to form our daily routines and, ultimately, our overall lifestyle. The key to understanding atomic habits is recognizing that they are incremental yet profoundly impactful over time. Imagine a plane taking off. If it adjusts its trajectory by just a degree or two at the start of its journey, it could end up in a completely different city, hundreds of miles away from its intended destination. Similarly, a tiny positive change in our daily habits might not seem significant at first, but over the course of weeks, months, and years, the cumulative effect can be life-changing. But how do we make these changes? Enter the 4 laws of behavior change, as outlined in the book, Atomic Habits. First, make it obvious. If you want to cultivate a new habit, make it a noticeable part of your environment. For example, if you wish to read more, keep a book on your bedside table. Second, make it attractive. The more appealing the habit is, the more likely you are to follow through. If you want to start running, perhaps invest in a pair of running shoes that you love. Third, make it easy. Reduce the friction involved in starting the habit. If you want to eat healthier, prepare a week's worth of healthy meals in advance so you're not tempted to reach for junk food when you're hungry. Last but not least, make it satisfying. We're more likely to repeat a habit if we associate it with a positive feeling. If you're trying to write more, celebrate each time you finish a page. The importance of consistency over intensity cannot be overstated. It's about showing up every day, not about making huge leaps forward. It's about making a 1% improvement every day. Small changes may seem insignificant in the moment, but over time they lead to remarkable results. Goals are good for setting direction, but systems are best for making progress. But what does this mean? Let's dive into it. Imagine you're an archer. Your goal is to hit the bullseye. But what if the wind keeps shifting? You can't control the wind, but you can control your aim. That's your system. If you perfect your aim, hitting the bullseye becomes inevitable. In the context of atomic habits, the system is the set of daily actions that guide you towards your goal. It's the practice, the routine, the habits that you cultivate. These are the things you can control. And focusing on them makes the process of change more effective. Because here's the thing, goals are about the results you want to achieve. Systems are about the processes that lead to those results. And if you get the processes right, the results will follow. So don't just dream about the destination, pay attention to the journey. Remember, it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. Who are you becoming through your habits? This question brings us to the heart of identity-based habits, a pivotal concept in our understanding of how habits shape our lives. It's not merely about what we do, but rather, it's intrinsically tied to who we are. Imagine for a moment that you're an artist. Now, what habits would an artist have? Perhaps they would sketch every day, visit galleries frequently, or always be on the hunt for inspiration. Those habits aren't just tasks on a to-do list, they are intrinsic to the identity of being an artist. Now let's turn that lens on ourselves. What are our habits? Are they reflective of the person we aspire to be? Or are they remnants of a past self, no longer serving our current goals and dreams? These are the questions we must ask ourselves when we delve into identity-based habits. The power of this concept lies in its ability to change our self-image, which in turn changes our habits. If we see ourselves as healthy individuals, we're likely to adopt habits that mirror that identity, like eating balanced meals or exercising regularly. But if we see ourselves as couch potatoes, then our habits might lean towards binge-watching TV shows and snacking on junk food. But here's the exciting part. Our self-image isn't set in stone. It's fluid, it's changeable. We can decide who we want to be and align our habits to that identity. Want to be a writer? Start by writing 1 sentence a day. Want to be fit? Start with 1 push-up a day. Small atomic habits, aligned with our chosen identity, can lead to big transformative changes. So as we navigate the path of self-improvement, let's not forget to examine our habits, not just as isolated actions, but as reflections of our identity. Because in the end, your habits are a reflection of your identity. What you do is an indication of who you are. So what's the takeaway from Atomic Habits? Well, it's quite simple and yet profoundly transformative. The book reminds us of the immense power that lies in the smallest of habits. It's not about grand resolutions or lofty goals, but about those tiny, consistent actions that we often overlook. The book also emphasizes the importance of systems over goals. Goals are where you want to be, but systems are how you get there. It's the day-to-day processes that lead us to our goals, not the other way around. Then there's the concept of identity-based habits. Who we believe we are influences what we do. If we change our identity, we change our habits. And if we change our habits, we change our lives. Embrace the power of Atomic Habits and watch how small changes can revolutionize your life.